goes. There it goes. Now it's working. Okay, we're gonna get this done tonight because it's driving me insane and my brain won't let me work on anything else until it's done. And then when this is done, we're gonna work on, oh, do it on the right layer. We're gonna work on the backlog. I started trying to do stuff yesterday, but my hands hurt really bad, so they were shaking. The more my hands hurt, the worse the shaking is. And yes, my sleeves are on. My little compression sleeves are on. Cause my hands have hurt real bad lately. And so, for everybody who's here who's never really seen me do line art before, and or seen my art process, it's always a disaster. Just trust the process. Um, I mean, I kind of expect this. You did just get a job baking. Um, I'm glad that it's going well though, and that you like the new job. Is that all you have to do? Just baking? I mean, obviously different things and stuff, but like, you don't gotta worry about anything else. No customer facing, no talking to people. I'd be so excited about not talking to people. Actually, we're gonna do that this way. Dude. Well, that's because you're on them all the time. I promise this will all make sense in the end. You know how we roll here. You trust the process. There's certain things in this character's design that I do not understand. As, like, from the point of view of a seamstress. But I also don't fix people's character designs because that's rude. So I'm just gonna go by the reference. Dude, lidocaine only does so much for me. But it's prescription, so I get that, because when, Ye Olde X had the prescription ones, those things were beasts. Dude, I get that. I mean, I guess it kind of takes the edge off. With my back hurting for the last, like, month, I was getting real grumpy real fast because nothing was working. Like, it would work to a point, but, like, it wouldn't make it stop. I think that fixes the mess. See? Ta-da! It's not a mess anymore. See? Mess. No mess. Ta-da! And now, because I haven't done this yet for one of the art trades, we're gonna do this because I feel like it today. even Voltaren only does so much for me. And this whole, like, hands keep going numb after work thing, I'm frickin' over it. Oh yeah, it's gonna be all purple. We're just gonna do a purple one, is what I have decided today. I have not done a one color yet for this, so, we're gonna go the one color route. Well, it's the thing. The pain for me is never at absolute zero either. I'm sure our zeros are different. There's just certain things that have been aching more than they should. Like, picking things up shouldn't kill me as much as they were. Hello! Welcome! It's been a minute since you've been in here. Welcome, thank you for popping in. Well, we're gonna be here for a minute, so go get your snack. Go get your snacks, go get your water. This one is actually a fun game that I want to see how long it takes me to do it. So far we're 17 minutes. And then when this one's done, I'm gonna work on Hieka. So what have you been up to? You haven't been in here in a hot minute. I don't think you've seen me do a one color. Yeah, that's the life. I am at a point in my life where I kind of miss college and I kind of miss school because I missed the learning of things, but I don't miss the stress. I haven't done one of these for an art trade yet, so we'll see how this goes over. Everybody always seems to like them when I do them. Do you know what you're gonna go for, or are you just gonna do your basics? Oh, that should be fun. That would probably be pretty cool to learn about. Cause like, I did put Voltaren on my hands today, but dude, I'm glad you're excited. Yeah, I did put Voltaren on my hands today, but they are extra creaky and they are extra hurty, so please feel free to spam help self-care o'clock at me. Because I will end up gripping this pencil too hard and I will end up forgetting. You don't have to spam it all at once! I'm doing it, I promise. I'm shaking my hand out. I'm drinking my coffee before you can get me. I just did! It's the work grind right now. We are at the beginning of the year, and, we're starting to get ready for the largest party that work puts on for the entire year. To the point that this party was created a legal holiday in my state. It's a big fucking deal. And we make a shit ton of money that day. So, since I am, I don't even want to call myself back of house because I'm housekeeping, so I'm facilities. I'm more like grounds and operations. Nothing moves without us. So we're doing a lot of work to get this party ready. Okay, now we just gotta do hair. But other than that, I am just in the work grind. I have commissions open. This is an art trade. I'm trying to get this done because my brain won't let me work on anything else until it's done, and I just want it done. And then we've been working on writing more plot time with the puffs. When I get this one done and move into something else, we're gonna have me working on a character profile for not a new character, but a character I haven't drawn yet. A character's profile that I should have drawn 2 years ago. Whoops. We have too many characters for me to keep up with them. Some of this is extra fucking shaky because my hands are just achy and there's nothing I can really do about that. No, you're good. I can only stretch them so much. You know how your hands just get achy to the point that your knuckles get tight and there's not a damn thing you can do about it? We're there. And I have nerve damage in my hand, it's fine. I have carpal tunnel. Okay, the hand story, because you're new to the community. Both my hands have carpal tunnel. Both my hands have nerve damage. I have tremors in both hands. And, I have tendonitis in my right hand. And I have to wear compression sleeves in order to be able to work. My right hand has not had surgery. My left hand has had surgery. I am right-handed. My left hand had surgery first because the nerve damage was more severe and it would go numb from my fingertips almost all the way to my shoulder. And so thus we had surgery on my left hand. And I got a shot in my right hand the day I got surgery on my left. That was 2024. And the shot was to deal with the pain. That shot has long since worn off. It's been well over a year. And it just hurts again. Until I go to the doctor and have them either give me another shot or do surgery on it. It just hurts. It's just what it is. I can stretch them and crack my knuckles as much as I want, and it'll make it go away for a little bit, but it won't make it stop. So, no one here has done it, but I get extra frustrated when people I have had, coworkers and such, diminish it because carpal tunnel is fairly common, but the state at which I have it is not. Because I have nerve damage and numbness. My right hand goes numb after work fairly regularly. Because like I said, I'm a custodian, and we are a bare bones crew of 3 people doing a campus, and I will do the entire building by myself on Mondays. I did not today because it is a fake holiday. But since it's a paid holiday, I got the day off. But normally, on days like today, I would clean the entire building by myself. So my hands just get achy. And the shot was officially a year in December. So we're 3 months. We're 15 months out from the last time I had that shot. So, yeah, she hurts. And that's just what it is. And I don't have the ability to go talk to my doctor because surgery is expensive and I don't have that kind of money. That's why my commissions are consistently open. So if anybody ever wants art, and wants to put it towards me being able to get surgery to fix my hand. That's what it's going towards. It will eventually. I rubbed the hand cream all over it that I normally do, and then once it kicks in, because it takes about a couple days for it to kick in, once it kicks in, it gives me about a week, maybe. Sometimes it depends. It depends on how much I use it. So, you being a youngin', that means, no offense, but sorry, you're a youngin'. Take this from your almost 40-year-old art buddy. Stretch your hands. Stretch your hands and take care of your hands, and if they hurt, don't push through the pain. And and oh yeah, get an ergonomic grip pencil. I have a grip on my pen. Get one of those mouse pads if you use a computer a lot that has the little cushy pad on the back of it, so it helps keep your the wrist support right. You can get them in a set where you can have a cushy bar that sits behind your keyboard, and it'll help pad your wrists. And you can get an ergonomic mouse if you need one. I have an ergonomic mouse, and it has changed my whole life. But yeah, stretch your wrists. Like, do the wrist stretches. They will help. And you can do things like a contrast bath. They taught me that in physical therapy. Occupational therapy, whatever, it was the same damn thing. They taught it to me when I was there for tendonitis. The mouse, trying to convince him to get a mouse. Does he have one of those mice? I have one of the upright mice, and it's changed my whole damn life. Like, don't get me wrong, it was a little expensive, but I'll never go back. And honestly, using a regular mouse now hurts like hell. I can send you a link on Discord to the one that I bought. So like I said, it's a little expensive, but yeah, it's cheaper than permanent nerve. I think I paid like $60 for it, but I'm never going back. Is he right-handed or left-handed? Because since it stands upright, they have two different versions, so you can buy it for your dominant hand. Okay, I'll send you the right-handed one. See, because he's not very old either. He's, what, mid-20s? No, you're mid-20s. Yeah, I'll send you the link to the right-handed one. Because since it does sit upright, don't get me wrong, and tell him this, I outright admit it, that the first time you hold it, it's the weirdest, most alien thing in your whole life, because you're so used to a flat mouse. But once you have it, you won't ever go back. In fact, speaking of, do you use a mouse with your laptop, or do you just use the trackpad? Okay, so we're gonna send you the link for you too, because it just plugs in with a little USB. You know how you have those little tab USBs that you just plug in and then it's the wireless connection? That's how it hooks up. So you can plug that bad boy into your laptop, and no, it only comes in black. if I could get it for you in green. I can see if another company has one in green, but the one that I use is just black because it's the Logitech one. And we love Logitech in this house. I know. But I don't know if there's another company that has one. This was the one when I looked up the one, I looked up the best one, and when I looked up the one suggested for carpal tunnel, and I know you have carpal tunnel. And like I said, I looked up the one that was wasn't just the most suggested, but the one that was suggested for specifically for carpal tunnel. Exactly. We're both in carpal tunnel hell, so you should be using a ergonomic mouse. So yeah, I'll send you the link to the one that I bought. And I'll send you a link to the mouse pad keyboard thing set. Oh, that's awesome that she was like, "Oh, I know how to help you." I love that she just instantly accommodated. But yeah, no, I'll send you some of the stuff because you hooked me up with that stylus grip, so I can hook you up with a mouse. Trying to decide what else I want to do. It also about killed me to not draw into her ear. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I love that. I love that she was like, I have figured out how to work around it. Because exactly, you still gotta work. God damn it. Oh yeah, that makes sense. The work it there instead of here. Yeah, that would make sense. I'm gonna try to remember that when I start teaching myself how to make bread and pasta. Because I love that I was told Mom I wanted to learn how to make pasta, and I went, but we don't have the counter space. And the next thing I know, the kitchen has been rearranged, so we have more counter space. I love that I told Mom that I was like, one of these days I want to learn how to make bread, and then she was like, do you want a stand mixer for your birthday? And I was just like, oh, Mom. Dude, I bet. Yeah, I bet it. Well, I mean, you said you already were doing hundreds of stuff. Like, you're what, for a university? I can't imagine doing that level of a volume By hand? I'm not gonna lie, I looked at at least two of the asks that you sent, before I turned live on, and I giggled, and I am excited to answer them. But no, I laughed because I laughed that Mom was like, "Do you want a stand mixer for your birthday? I found it in teal," and I was like, "Mom, I love you," because she knows that I'm going for the teal kitchen aesthetic. You know, you know what we might do? Yeah, I might do that. Might pull that out and scribble that tonight. You know what I realized? I've barely drawn Symphonia this year. And I kind of feel like that's a problem. I do need to do my next one color for the puffs for these and Tiamat one, so that's gonna be an entertaining thing to try to figure the fuck out. Cause the next one color that I have to do for this is Tiamat, but as you are aware, she is the hue of white. So that means everything needs to be one color, and I can use like basically all the puff grays, and that's it. Alright. Actually, see if I can do that. He was the first one I did. Okay. Kind of just got trust process here. I'll clean it up in a minute. Trying to save my hands right now. So, for your information, right now I'm using a mouse. Because it's easier for me to guide a straight lined outline. I'm not in a curve. I'm in a straight. I'm in a thing that makes straight lines. It's easier for me to guide a straight line outline. with my mouse than it is for me to guide it with my pen. See, it doesn't... See, I just fucked it up because I was showing you things, but it doesn't curve. It only makes straight lines. This is actually easier on my hand than it is on drawing it all out. See, and now we just clean it up. So now instead of like having to fill that all in and draw it and scribble it all in by hand, I just clean it up. That's my years in Illustrator using a vector talking. Because I didn't feel like doing this all out by hand. My hand aches right now, so we're not scribbling and coloring this all in. That's what a lasso tool is for. Have you noticed I almost never use the fill bucket? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the fill bucket. I just almost never use it. And there is a reason I almost never use it. It's because it gives a 1 pixel wide outline all the way around. And yes, I know I can click it again and it'll go away, but the way my line art is built, I don't always close the line, so I can't do it. That means I would have to like alter the way I do my line art, and sometimes I leave gaps for reasons. It still means I have to go through and find all the stuff when I could just color it. And for me, it's just coloring it feels faster. too dark. It erased more than I wanted it to. Now... Trust me. Why not now? I don't like that. Oh, it's reversed. Whoops. hold on, I will, I promise. Honestly, I probably could get a crack out of my knuckles again. No, we'll do it backwards, hold on. Okay. Say, this has been an hour. I didn't think this was gonna take me that long. I gotta fix that. You not. So yeah, I have quite a few of these that are actually one color. It's like a weird style that started last year that I kind of just fell in love with. So yeah, I'll show you the others in a second. Because it started because Avon bought a commission in this style for Amon Koito, and then from there I kind of just started like just doing it as a style. See, but now this is the other thing we have to do. That will make it look a million times better. Yeah, it was your commission. It was because you needed Beast. This will make things look a gazillion times better. Nope, we need to go darker. I did that thing again. Firstly, we'll fix that. And then I'll fix that. It's showing the gapping really bad. Oh, I'm on the wrong eraser. Oh, yeah, go take out the pupper. So yeah, there's some shaky spots, but if someone gets mad that my hands shake, that's on them, not me. See, you barely missed anything. Okay, now I live off frickin' texture. People can. But I've just had to hit a point with things like art shares and stuff that if someone gets grumpy because my hands shake, that's on them, not me. Sorry. Sucks to suck. I don't know what to tell you. Dude, when I look at things like this, I look at this like, dude, it's free art. The only time I can see getting mad is if someone like changes your character without your permission, or if they directly disobey a bunch of rules you have, or if they do something rude with your art. If But if they're like just drawing your character as close as they can, and they do their best, but there's like some flaws in it, or things like shaky lines in my case, or stuff, I get it. That's fine. That's okay. And I never care about skill level either. But, when I draw people's characters, I try to draw them as close to the original design as possible. Because I feel like it's rude not to. Because that person designed that character that way for a reason. And I always ask if I'm unsure about things. Because like I said, you probably heard me mumble it while I was drawing this, that it absolutely killed me to not draw her ear. But her ears are not showing in the reference, so I can't correct that. Even if in my brain her ears would be showing, they didn't draw that, so I can't correct that. That's not how they drew that design. That's what, and I this is part of my art fight rant that's going to come up later in the year. That like, we're drawing each other's characters, so we need to be respectful about it. That like, we need to respect the original design. And to me, it roots back to the like, I swear I hope it's still not a thing, but there was once an art thing where people would go through and quote unquote fix people's art, and it wasn't so much they were fixing as they were like changing it, or they were redrawing people's work that were very beginner, and it was turned into more like a shame fest, and I'm not about that. But I appreciate that. Speaking of college, I went to school for animation, so art is my thing. But for me, it's just, especially with Art Fight coming up, if you're unsure, ask. I plan to do a whole thing explaining Art Fight for people because I know there's newbies that are coming in that are and this is the mark of a true artist. Every time, every year, my signature gets worse. Okay, so there. That's done. See, and that's the thing. The gradient is doing most of the talking on the lighting. Here. I'll show you the ones that I have done. This style, it started... It started with this one. It started with this one. It started with Amankoito. Amankoito was the first one I did. And I did this one as a commission for Avon. And then the next one I did Symphonia because why would I not do Symphonia? He's my favorite and my baby. And then from there, I started putting it to poll, where I would put 4 of my characters up on Blue Sky, and I would let Blue Sky vote on it for a day. Admittedly, for both Amankoito and Symphonia, their match has not been drawn yet. I'll show you what I mean with the next two, because I've been drawing certain characters in a way so that when they're put side by side, they match, and it creates one long image. So, the one that came after Symphonia, the first one to win a poll, was his godfather, was Tulta. And then, this is one of Avon's characters. And then, after Tulta came Shoki, and Shoki is his best friend. So I drew Shoki to match Tulta. So with these two, you can do this. So they're looking back at each other. They match. Shoki was the next one that I did. Shoki is Symphonia's father. Then the next one who won a poll after Shoki was Ku. She's the queen. Her match hasn't been done yet. I've put the king, Ulrico, in the rounds for polls 16,000 times, and he keeps tanking out. Just like I've put Silu in 16,000 times so that Symphonia can have his husband, and he keeps tanking out. They just keep not winning at all. After Ku came Yoki. Yoki can also match to Tulta because they are also good friends. After Yoki came Octave, and this is another one of Avon's characters. And then after Octave came Tuli. She matches to Shoki. This is Sinfonia's mother. And after Tuli came Vodovesi. And then the last one I did that also can match to Tulta is Vaudio. So those are the ones that I have done so far. And then the next one I have to do is Tiamat, and her main color is white. So that's gonna be fun. But, those are the ones that I have done. I keep putting up certain characters for others to have a match, but, alas, the matches keep not winning. And now we're gonna finish Yeka. Because I need to finish her so that I can make a profile. Dude, I haven't got a single green to win. I keep trying to get Orinko to win because I need red to complete the rainbow. And I'm trying to get Veer or Revon to win because I need a green to complete the rainbow. I haven't done either one of those colors. I have every other color of the rainbow done except for red and green. Can I have just extra weight in the poll? Best friend points. I mean, part of me wants to say yes. I get 3 votes. Well, now that I'm doing them on coffee, you only get 1 vote, because I can get it so that you can vote on multiple I can make it so you can vote on multiple different characters, but I can't make it so that you can vote 3 times. Oh, I need to go back to Shoki. I have been stealing certain colors from her brother. This is Hieka. This is Orinko, the king's mother, / Shoki's, little sister. So this is Sinfonia's aunt. I'm not promising I'll finish her. I probably will, but I'm not promising it because I do have to pick colors. I can't just straight color her with no thinking. We do have to play palette. So that's why you'll see me over here constantly hitting this button. It's because I'm adding colors to the palette. She is also part of, Tulta's Besties Club. So, and when I'm done, we will make her profile. Okay, hold on. Anytime you see my little VTuber freak out, it's because I'm drinking something. Um, I've drank see, there you go. Freaked out. I've drank probably too much coffee today, but I don't really care. Um, yeah, I like that better. It's like a smidge lighter. Like I said, I don't. I'm not just palette coloring today. I'm making the palette. Um, so she's a little more complicated. Can't just straight color. I keep trying, I swear. I keep trying to crack the knuckles on my right hand and they just will not budge. I also know you do that because you want to see the puff. See? Puff time. Um, saying I gotta run around and like take a bunch of screenshots of Art Fight's website so I can make like a guide. I have some from past years when people have asked me for help, but I think I need to make a full guide. So then the next time someone asks me for help, I can just link the document. Besides, there's been a lot of things that have been updated on the website that aren't the same. I'm not gonna lie, my brain had like big goals for Art Fight this year, but I'm starting to rethink them. I always wanted to like outbeat what I did the year before, but I did 20 pieces last year. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. Because I know the year before I didn't do as many as I wanted because I was in urgent care because of my hand all July. And if I don't do something about the pain, I don't think I'm gonna hit that 21 goal. The goal is 21 because last year I did 20. also just don't want to burn myself out. Because I know I did that one year, that I burned myself out. And last year, for a good section of Art Fight, it was not fun. Um, yeah, I know, right? Right? The sadness of oh, context for Alex who doesn't get your comment. The band that's playing is Sinfonia's voice claim. So this is Poets of the Fall. This is Sinfonia's voice claim. So this is what Sinfonia sounds like. Um, and Hieka is his aunt, and she died. No, she died when he was like 14. So she wouldn't have been at like hardcore concerts, but she would have got to hear him perform. Um, she wouldn't ever get to hear adult Phonia's voice, but she would get to hear a little bit of Kitty Song. I'm not gonna lie, I have been feeling super fucking burnout. I've been feeling super fucking burnout, and things are starting to like not be fun, and they're starting to feel like work, and um, and I need this to not feel like work. Um, it's like, because admittedly, and that's why I don't think I'm gonna do our trades for a while. I'm just generally burnt out and a little bit frustrated. Um, and it's one of the reasons why I stopped doing raffles, because I would only have people show up when the raffle would appear, and I felt like they were just there for free art. Um, and it would be people that would show up for every raffle, but they'd never miss a raffle, but they'd miss everything else. Um, so I just kind of like stopped doing raffles. Um, and it's one of those things too that's why I stopped doing the compliment streams for a while, because it felt like people would never miss a compliment stream, but they'd miss everything else. And I got really burnt out really fast. Oh, this is one of my favorite songs. This is definitely a Symphonia having a moment song. Um, um, yeah, I know. You're just happy to be here. You're just happy to chill. Um, and glow brush. Um, and that's the thing. My page for me is so much more than just getting a bunch of followers. That's not what's important to me. It's talking about the things that I love and sharing my art and making a community and like um making friends and making connections, and that's true. And like I said, I don't think I'm gonna do them for a hot minute. Um, I keep feeling like I'm really behind on my own work. And like I said, we haven't been really writing, and I miss writing a lot. Um, Glow brush. Um, and I have 2 more days off. So, like, just throw shit at me. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I wasted all morning working on that other piece. But I just stopped because I hated it. And I refuse to give people work that I hate. Um, dude, and I'm not gonna lie. We have been talking about that party for work non fucking stop. And it has been already exhausting because it gets bigger every year. And last year it was insane. And I'm already having to be in the mode of trying to convince my coworkers that no, we cannot in fact clean up after it by ourselves. Um and like there's no way. There's no way we're cleaning that up by ourselves. It's impossible. It's not impossible, but we've done it before. And the year that I did it, I had surgery. So no, we can't. No. Um, I've done those floors by myself, and then I had surgery that year. Um, and I keep trying to convince them that we need help from the other side of the world. And and just we can't do it. That party brings in too much and it gets bigger every year. Um Last year thank you. Um if you ever want to know what you're listening to, you can just ask. Um yeah, cuz right now we are listening to Poets of the Fall. Um but no, like that last year we brought in almost $160,000 and we were making like thousands of dollars in seconds. We were making like $1,000 a freaking minute. It was insane. Um, so just no. Yes, I do this to Arinko's horns. Um, if you never noticed, yes, I do this to Arinko's horns. Um, no, I've also guess just been like burnout because I keep thinking about this like how am I gonna pay for surgery thing this year? Um, because I desperately need to, but it's just it feels impossible. Orange. They're sunstone, just like Orinko's. They'll look much more like Orinko when I'm done. They have yellow sparkling and lighting in them. So yeah, we might only go for 2 hours today, but we're getting things done. I normally go for a little longer than 2 hours, or I go for 4 hours with games, and I normally go a little longer than that. But we're achy. Um, that was rude, puppy. Why would you do that? See, and then she'll change a lot when I start changing colors. Oh, that's too big. She does. Symphonia would like you to know. She does and she did. Orinko agrees. Um, Orinko's having a moment though because he misses his mama. Um, See, when I zoom out, she's gonna look a lot softer. Her hair will, because it doesn't have a black line anymore. See, watch. That's why I don't blackline my art. Honestly, he might go sit with Tulta and just put his head on his shoulder. I actually might pause her there. I know it was only an hour and a half, but my hand really fucking hurts today. And that's actually a decent amount of progress. But we'll be back tomorrow, and we'll work on more stuff, and hopefully my hand won't be so achy. Yeah, I haven't taken shit today. I've only put Voltaren on my hand. So yeah, we're gonna rest. We're gonna stop. Yeah, I got my trade done, and I got more Hieka colors done. So we're gonna pause, and I'll be back tomorrow. I appreciate you stopping and coming and hanging out. It'll be probably the same time tomorrow if you feel like popping in. I appreciate you guys.